of a ball game.
Welcome back to the Alamo Dome. Right before the break.
McCown has been locked in.
I don't know what's going on. Rest away. Oh, what a catch. What a throw.
Inside the 30-yard line of North Texas.
Oh, the patience of Owen McCown to allow this to develop. He knew where he's going the entire time, looking coverage off to his right. That pulls the coverage away from Robert Henry Jr., who's an excellent receiver. We talked about that at the top of the show. I tell you what, McCown is playing at a very high level.
A gain of 38. Checks down to Overmeyer. And he is tackled in space by Jalen Smith, top tackler for North Texas and a captain.
Just the accuracy, playing with the secondary with his eyes. That lets you know that he's playing at a high level, knowing how to look, coverage off, move defenders with his eyes. He's going a little wildcat here with Amador.
Amador. They tried a wide receiver
What did it
pass
decide?
when Amador in the Memphis game. This time takes it straight ahead. Chavez Brown to stop. Andre, how about the numbers for McCown? 20 out of 23, 240, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
2 throwaways, so he's only missed on 1 throw. That's it. I mean, I saw him on film, and I couldn't wait to see him live and in person. Excuse me, video. I'm going to eliminate that word.
You don't have a film projector in that room?
No 16-millimeter film like I watched in high school.
Here's the blitz. And that one overthrown. UTSA's been pretty good against the blitz, especially in the screen game. That time North Texas timed it right, and McCown slow to get up.
Witter, Shipley, bunch of guys are able to get there. Jalen Smith, one of the other linebackers, he and Shane Witter.
Illegal formation, offense. One of the 4 players in the backfield. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
That's the second time tonight they've called that against UTSA, and they may try to settle for a field goal here. McCown, though, the last 2 games, 8 touchdown passes, no interceptions, 714 yards, with a completion percentage of about 58. So he has just picked up where he left off the last 2 games.
This is a 42-yarder for Tate Shandell, who took over place-kicking duties after a few games. And his field goal try is good. It makes it a 3-score game, 24-7 Roadrunners. We're getting down to the home stretch of the season.
We're near the home stretch of this season, so
December 12th on ESPN. Here's our College Football Awards Spotlight, brought to you by the Home Depot, featuring these Davey O'Brien Award semifinalists. That award goes to the best quarterback in college football. Pretty good list there, Andre.
Yeah, pretty good list. And look at the completion percentages for all 3. You know, the yards for Cam, obviously the touchdown passes for Cam Ward, but the completion percentages, guys throwing for the season above 70% is sick.
Cam Ward, of course, began his career in San Antonio at Incarnate Word, where his head coach was current North Texas head coach Eric Morris. Ward would follow Morris to Washington State before transferring to Miami in the offseason. And Eric Morris has had a knack for finding some hidden gems. Cam Ward, John Mateer. We talked to him about it, and he said one of the things that he looked at was the tape of guys playing other sports. They watched Cam Ward play basketball. They watched some other prospects who went on to play quarterback, play baseball, play other sports. And he says that's when you really see the competitiveness come out. And Cam Ward was a guy, Andre, very much like you, wing T offense in high school, throwing 12 passes a game. was very wrong.
I don't think I threw that many. I don't think I threw that
They would
many.
let you throw 12?
No, I can guarantee you I didn't average 12 passes a game. But what it does, it allows you to see a guy outside of his comfort zone, so to speak. How is he? What type of leader, especially a quarterback? What type of athletic ability does he have? And I think you see that obviously with the three guys that are on that screen that we just popped up.
John Mateer is at Washington State. They watched him play shortstop at a baseball practice. Porter able to get the edge and then shoved out of bounds hard. Kark?
You guys are talking about the multi-sport athletes. Owen McCown told me this week he loves hoops. It was his first love. He was a point guard growing up, Andre, and it's no shock. He dissects the defense with vision in his eyes and loves to be in San Antonio, going to the college games and watching Boy Wonder, Wemby.
That's not a bad guy to watch. He had a
Well, he went off
trouble game
last
the other
night.
Yeah.
And he's hitting threes left and right.
Short run by Porter. And Eric Morris, again, before he became a head coach, remember, he was at Texas Tech.
He was at Houston for a while as a GA, and kind of where he cut his teeth and got his career started.
But this is somebody who went out and watched Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, and he said, hey, watch those two guys play baseball, obviously along with what they did on the gridiron. Third down here for North Texas. Big spot in the game. Mean Green trying to get into an offensive flow. 0 for 3 on third down. They keep it on the ground. And I know they're inside the 35, but that play call tells me fourth down could be a play.
Well, you're gambling big time if you don't punt it away here. There's an entire second half to play, and
I think they will punt.
yeah, sometimes you just got to go away from what the tendencies tell you and go ahead and punt the football here and play defense. 2 minutes, just under right 2:45 or so, and you're at your own 32. You don't make it on fourth down, and you're basically guaranteeing UTSA points.
Eric Morris told us their fourth down philosophy is hyper-aggressive. This time they will punt. And Carpenter with a fair catch call at the 22. SEC triple header on ABC. Number 3, Texas. On the road against Arkansas, followed by LSU at the Swamp to take on
Wow,
Florida.
we do have Arkansas versus Texas, and Florida versus LSU, and then Georgia versus Tennessee. Now, for Georgia versus Tennessee, now this is an elimination game. This will be all down the side. Like every team wins it, will be in the college football playoff contention, and the loser of the game will be eliminated from the college football playoff contention. So that's how it goes. Georgia must win this game against Tennessee.
And then play some great defense because you know Tennessee's going to make a run.
Oh, we got a new cameraman. It's the Roadrunner mascot. He might be using film. You think? McCown down the seam. It's tipped.
Oh!
Coming back the other way, Brian Nelson.
It's a heck of a pick by Nelson, and the first one thrown
Wow.
by Owen McCown in 3 games. His last 2 games, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's thrown one tonight. And also now an interception.
Shane Whittier tipped it, and Nelson has been a ball hawk these last couple of games. Against Army, had an interception and a fumble recovery, which is monumental. He had more takeaways against Army than the rest of the nation combined. Army only had 1 turnover going into the North Texas game.
And Matt Capone told us that Brian Nelson II was their best cover man.
McGill goes wide. Morris, there's the shot play off the turnover, and that's broken up by Zay Frazier.
Who already has one himself. And I tell you what, he ran the route better than the intended receiver. See Chandler Morris looking to his left, knowing all along he's going to come back right, but Frazier got an excellent position, and he ran the route better than the receiver did.
UTSA told us they weren't going to blitz much. We've seen on passing downs, rushing 3, dropping 8. It's scrambled this North Texas passing offense. Sheffield, he's got great speed, sub 4.4, and able to
We can see the band over there. They already made their way down to the field. So, yeah.
What, number 1 or tied for first in the American in receptions as well as receiving touchdowns. And it'll be North Texas when we come back on the other side.